Good morning. This is just my introduction to my camper project page. My channel actually. Sorry, I just want to before I start, like, I'm going stripping this whole thing out. So before I start, I just says there's a few questions that I've seen on campervan pages. I don't know if you can hear the rain. I do apologise if you do. About what's needed for an SQI. My van was my bus. It's a bus. It's windows there. I just have them vinyled on that side, kind of blocked them off because I didn't really need to have all the windows. But a couple of questions I've always seen on some of the campervan forums of what's required for an SQI in Ireland. To get the SQI, it's four basic things. It's sleeping and dining. So I have the dining. I'll show you I'll take this down and I'll show you the bed now in a minute. Then you have your cooker, your sink, and your amenities. Your gas bottle goes in underneath here, and then I have my water bottle, not my water, my water thing anyway, for the tap. That's on a pump, run from a leisure battery that's just sitting in underneath this side of the chair, and storage. So for me, I needed this for moving bicycles around. So I had this space here on the side, so I could put my bicycles here, my 1 and 2. And there's my straps there where I had them, and I kind of strapped them down and they didn't move, and it was fine for me. But now I'm going to be stripping this whole van down to the bare steel. There's lots of rust on it on the outside, on the rub rails and stuff. So I will be taking all this off, all this timber carpeted material here, that'll all be coming off. The roof will be coming off. There is insulation in it, but there's another hole down the bottom there, and there's none in it at all really. It's very dark there, so I won't go back. So my apologies for the quality of the video. It's just it's raining outside. I can't open the doors to let in a bit of sunlight. So yeah, at the start, I'm basically just going to keep it to what's required. Now, as I said, I needed it for moving bicycles around. So it was never supposed to be anything fancy. It was never supposed to be anything. I just wanted to sleep in it. If I went to a mountain and went doing what I had to do, if I had to stay over the night, I just wanted somewhere where I could sleep, somewhere where I could cook a bit of food. It was basic function. For me, for a long time, I never needed to. I didn't need the fanciness. I didn't need it. But I had full intentions of getting a caravan and stripping it and putting all the bits in it, and then going towards the whole SQI thing. Now I will do another video at a later date about the taxation purposes and the VRT and all that. That'll all be next. And I'll break that down. That'll probably be just a one-on-one with me talking. But today I'm just going to focus on the SQI material. This is the basic run-of-the-mill campervan. It has nothing in it bar from the four main requirements of a campervan: sleeping, dining, cooking, washing your dishes, washing yourself, maybe, whatever, you know. That's all I needed. Wasn't too fussed about it. But when I was going getting a caravan, I was talking to the guy that actually built all this stuff for me, and he's very well known in campervan areas, and he was kind of my go-to guy. But he said, look, he says, you can go. I'm not saying, there's people out there that probably have stuff that still strip them from caravans and put them in vans and everything, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But the problem is, and I seen it myself firsthand, when all this was done and I had to bring this to the tax office to get them to get the guy to come out and check it, that make sure that everything in order for the transfer of, because it was an 8-seater minibus with wheelchair access. You'll probably see the strips here. I intend on keeping them because they're very handy. So he was literally going around and he was basically making sure nothing moved. Whatever you do in a campervan to do any conversion, it has to be solid. It has to look solid. It can't feel like it's going to fall apart. It can't feel like, there's anything loose on it, or the guy was very strict with me with that, because I was standing in the van just like I'm standing here now, and he was standing over there, and he's like, yeah, that's good, that's solid, it's brilliant. They're very, very, very a horrible word to say, but they're very anal about stuff going in. They don't. I was talking about, I was thinking of putting in a caravan, and he says, oh God, he says, as I says, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying that anybody else could have passed this and they could have been perfect, but my opinion from talking to that guy that day is that he didn't really enjoy seeing stuff that was stripped out of caravans and brought in. So that's why I got this built in. Fabulous job the guy did in this, and I did intend to go get this guy to build more, but I just, financially at the minute, I just don't have the money. But anyway, I need to turn this from a mountain biking bus into a family orientated camper van. So that's my goal. I will be doing a lot of videos on that. But the SQI, that's my main focus here today. This is solid, all right? And for insurance purposes, I'm not sure you can see in here, but there's 2 straps in here to hold the gas bottle. You have to have 2 straps for certain. I was with Dolman here in Ireland, and they require 2 straps on the bottom to hold in the gas tank. Not so much worry with the water tank. But that's what they required. Doesn't have to be a 4 gas hob. It doesn't. It just has to be. There's lovely little ones. I've seen lovely little ones, and they have a kind of a black thing that drops down over and it covers the whole thing. It's beautiful. This is actually, there's a pump down here, and it runs off the leisure battery. I'll go into that in another day. But literally, I'm just doing this quick video because this is all coming out. Everything is coming out. This fan is going to be stripped down to bare steel. So before I do that, I just wanted to show you the absolute basic of basic. There's no night heaters, there's no inverters, there's no nothing in this thing. It is just the basic camper conversion for what is required in Ireland. I've passed it. This van is a camper on the logbook. So you can probably see the little one there, she's putting her head out. So we're here and we're doing this now. I will change this down into the bed and I'll show you exactly how that works. Bear with me now. Okay, so this comes off and then this comes out, and I put that away. There's also another very small piece of timber that I get, and it's not there. Oh, it's here. So these 2 here, this is the base of my bed that's going to cover in this gap here in the middle. So I just flick up the cushions, line it up and slide it back. Then I do the same. And I had to do this for your man. I had to show him this, how it works. The tax guy. The SQI guy signed it off, but when I brought it in to get tax on it and kind of change over the tax book and all that, the taxation, they wanted to see it. They wanted to see it, and your man walked in and he walked around it. Very nice man. Can't think of a name because it was a couple of years ago that he done it. But there's a knack to this now, so. Now, I won't go into mad detail with that, but that's basically it there. That's the bed. Table and chairs are underneath it, and you can convert that back up. Simple, brilliant idea, and I actually love this idea. And